What's your name and badge number, sir?
Don't have one.
You don't have a name?
Nope.
You're not a city, you're a Maricopa County official, right? Nope. What's your name and badge number, sir?
I don't have to give you anything, really.
Really? A public official doesn't have to give his name or badge number? What about you? You're wearing a badge, sir. What's your name or badge number? Sir?
Yeah,
you have a badge?
That's right there.
What's your name and badge number, sir? Card number 511310. Refuse to give their name and badge numbers upon request. In direct violation of county ordinance. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll figure it out when I file that public records request, you fucking douchebags. Fuck you. Just called Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. They contacted Maricopa County's Protective Services and stated that someone would be out to move the vehicle. It's been sitting here for, I don't know, 15 minutes to a half hour at least since I walked up. See what happens. Hey, how's it going? I'm filming. But I was just wondering, this is where I get a public records request, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So can I get one of those?
Yes. Go ahead and go through there.
Alright. How you doing? I'm trying to get a public records request. Okay, cool. And then,
What documents are you looking for?
well, I had contact with two Maricopa County, it's not sheriffs, it's like the guys who run the security here,
Okay.
or whatever, and I don't know who they were, and they were parked illegally, and then they basically refused to tell me why or anything, so I'm just trying to figure out if it was an emergency, if so, what it was, and then why they didn't identify themselves. So, can I figure out who they were by going through public records? Because I did make a call to the county.
This
is why I had
pretty
contact.
much for records in our department.
Okay, so you're Maricopa County Sheriff, or
No,
Maricopa County?
Yes, but we're clerk of the board of supervisors.
Okay, because I talked to the Protective Services guys, and they told me to come here if I wanted to get public records. Because I'm just trying to figure out who I talked to, and
was it sheriff or was it security?
it was security. And I went across the street and I talked to one of the sergeants, and he didn't give me any information because it was last night, like right downstairs, or whatever, like across in the street right there. I don't know what street that is, but 4th Ave, I think. And I'm just trying to figure out who they were because they didn't tell me who they were, and then they didn't tell me why because they were. Yeah.
Did they give you a ticket? They didn't give you a ticket, or
no.
spoke to you,
They,
right?
yeah, they just made contact with me, and then I requested to know who they were, just so I knew, and they refused. So I'm just trying to figure out who I was talking to.
Let's actually go out here and talk to this
Okay.
part of the security, because we wouldn't have any documents. See, I guess security talked to him yesterday, and when he asked their name, they would not tell him. So he would like to know who he spoke to yesterday. Where would he go to?
Because I went across the street and I talked to a sergeant, and he told me to come up here. So
Across the street?
right across 4th Ave, right there. It's like the green door. You have to talk to the speaker or whatever. It's right across from the mail office. Or
You
Is
guys-
it 401 or 201? Do you know what address you were at?
it was on 4th Ave, so I guess it was right across the street from this building.
Brown.
It's right next to a parking garage.
Oh, Brown Building?
I believe so.
Because that might be 401. I'm not sure.
Because we don't have the documents for when it comes to security. We have nothing dealing, so I didn't know
Yeah.
if somewhere he would go, if your security had the main
Because
office.
it's a public security firm, right? Because you guys work for Maricopa County?
Well, yeah, we're Maricopa County employees.
Yeah.
I would maybe talk to the sergeant. I think there's one down in the lobby.
No, because I talked to him, and he sent me across the street, and I talked...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, this is the gentleman I talked to.
Yeah. He wants to figure out who he was
Yeah,
talking
because
to.
we don't have any documents when it comes to that. Because he was trying to do a records request in the clerk of the board, and we don't have documents. You know what I mean? So I don't know where he can go.
What happened when you went up to the call box yesterday?
Oh no, I went to the call box today to talk to him. I was just walking around downtown, you know, and saw a car parked in a no loading zone or no parking zone or whatever, you know. And I was like, okay, county vehicle, probably just doing something county related. So I kept walking around, and I came back, and it was still there 15, 20 minutes later. Went up to it. I took a picture of it, just, you know, showing that it was not parked legally. And a gentleman came out from across the street that is, I guess it's 401. He came out there and asked me, like, you know, what are you doing? And I just told him, oh, I'm just wondering if this is your car. He said, no, it's not my car. He went inside, and he's like, normally people park here so they can just run in and out or whatever. I'm like, okay, we'll just wait, because if they're just going to run in and out, they should be out relatively soon, because I've already seen the car here for like 20 minutes. Waited about a half hour, nothing. So I called the non-emergency line for the county, and they said someone would be down to move it. And it was the same gentleman I spoke to earlier, and another gentleman, an elderly gentleman. And I just wanted to know who he was, because he kind of raised his voice and was like, "Are you satisfied now that you called the county?" I was like, "Yeah, I am satisfied, because if I was parked there, I would have got towed or a ticket or something." So then I requested his name and badge number, and he wouldn't provide it. And then he said, I don't have to give that to you. I'm like, you don't have to give me your name. He said no. Got in the car, asked the other gentleman for his information. He told me to have a nice night and closed the door in my face, and they drove off. So I'm just trying to figure out who I talked to, because I don't think that's acceptable behavior from a county official.
What do you think, Seth?
Well, like I said, if you'd like to put in a formal complaint to
Yeah.
the county.
Can I do that on paper? Do I have to do that through you?
Not through myself. I mean, you can call the county. I don't even know the process.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you a straight answer that I don't know the formal process for filing a complaint to the county. I'm sure it's posted somewhere on Google.
Yeah, because I tried to Google what the rules were about, you know, preventing identification in that kind of situation. I got stuff from the Maricopa County Sheriff, which says, you know, you are supposed to do that, but you guys aren't the sheriffs, you're protective services. So I don't know if it's different, because your guys' website was kind of like cut and dry. It didn't really say anything
So
in regards to that.
it is private property?
Well, I mean, it's public property. It's Maricopa County property that's public property, correct? I was on a public sidewalk. He was parked on a public street. I was never in the building when this happened, and I'm pretty sure this is a public building.
Only if
anyway.
you're conducting business.
Yeah, but it's a public sidewalk. I didn't come in. I was outside, and he was parked outside, and our confrontation happened outside in the public. And nothing happened in here.
So if it's on the street, then
That's public.
It's Phoenix.
Yeah.
So then, if so by that reasoning, you know, by law, by legal, if I'm wearing this uniform outside and I'm on the street, then I'm not a private citizen. If I'm a private citizen,
exactly. So
you ask me my name, I don't have to tell you my name.
If you're in uniform, you're under you're under color of law when you're in uniform, correct? Which means you're a public servant. As long as you're wearing the uniform, you're a public servant.
I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know the policies, you know, like a computer in the back of my head, so I can't answer either way.
What department did you talk to? That officer, was he?
He was you guys, protective services. That's what it said on the side of the car, and that's what his uniform said.
So let me go back to what I was saying earlier to you. It's hard. I mean, it's almost.
So there's no like formal
secrecy when I'm trying to.
Yeah.
You're trying to ask me for.
I just don't know. 'Cause I mean,
you're trying to ask me for the information.
They have like, you know, something.
And I can't provide it to you without me going back and finding out that information.
Okay, but like if I could fill out a piece of paper
you
that gets
won't
that
give me-
started, you know, then I don't have to provide a name. I can just get a case number for these. You don't have to provide a name.
No,
you just
case number.
designate.
There was no incident. I mean.
I think there was an incident because we had contact.
All right. So contact with it. Every time an officer speaks, that whether it's our agency, whether it's any of the agencies,
Well,
they don't write up a report. Like talk to a guy in the street, gave him directions to the 4th Ave jail. I mean, you saw me do it twice out there, correct?
Yeah, but that's not
I don't
what
write a report and have a case number for every
That's
single
not.
time I get
That's
somebody,
not
correct?
what we. That's not the same conversation. I didn't ask him for directions. I asked him what his name and badge number was, and he refused.
Yeah, but also if he's busy doing something,
He wasn't
can't
busy. He
walk
just told me
around.
he'd walk-
We just can't walk around handing out our name all day. We've got things we have to.
Okay,
probably.
but he told me he'd been watching me on video for a
So
half hour.
I would be glad to provide you the information that I can give you.
All right, here, I'll give you an
Okay.
email address. How about that?
That'd be great.
Okay. I don't have a pen.
Let's see. I've got one of these. Does that help?
All right.
All right.
So go ahead and use my pen.
Thank
Write
you.
it down. And how should I formally address you?
Sure, would work. Yeah. Sure, that'll work fine.
Oh,
tattooedsundevil@gmail.com.
tattooedsundevil@gmail.com. All right. So what I will do, my name is Sergeant Daniel Perez,
Gotcha.
Maricopa County Protective Services. Would you like me to say that?
No, I got it. It picks it up.
So with that said, I'd be happy to look into it. I mean, I can't just drop everything we're doing
I
right
understand.
now.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have someone on the 10th floor that's asking a bunch of questions. I'd be glad to provide that stuff for you. But I have to go back, look through records, find out who was here, find out, on the schedules, look to see and get that information for you. And then I'll check with my supervision, with my litigious, background, and anybody else that has anything.
Understood, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
To
just
be
didn't
able
know-
to say
yeah.
what information can I or can I not provide.
Okay.
And then we get whatever we can get to
So
you.
we don't even get to know who we're talking to right now?
I don't see why it's relevant.
Well,
A member of the public.
if I write a report, I have to have information on who I'm
Who we
writing a
talked to,
report
yeah.
about. So, which going
We'd like
back to
to know
you,
who
you
we're
said it
talking
was an incident, but you didn't give your information. He didn't give you.
We
yours.
don't-
I didn't need to give him my information. As a public official, he needs to give me his information.
That's all right.
When he,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
So
the
if a
law,
police officer
but-
stops you on the street, you don't have to give him your
No,
identification.
I don't. Unless he suspects me of committing a crime, I don't have to give him anything.
No,
Unless he,
that's not true.
it's not true. You don't
No.
need reasonable suspicion that I'm committing a crime.
When
or not
he's having
committing
a
a crime.
conversation with someone, he needs to know who he's talking to.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you may be,
I don't know,
you
I'm
may
not
have
lawyer.
warrants out for arrest, you may be a
But
fleeing
unless
felon.
he suspects me of being any of these things, I'm just a guy walking down the street.
No, no.
So anybody at any time can just walk up to me and be, hey, or I'm sorry, any law enforcement officer can walk up to me and be like, hey, what's your name? Give me your ID. Is that what you're telling me?
If he's having a conversation with you for some reason,
And you had a conversation with that individual. You approached him, did you not?
so right now we're...
No, he
we're
approached
at
me. I was standing by the vehicle, and he approached me and started talking to me. I never initiated a conversation. He initiated it with me.
All right.
I mean, I don't think I have any. I don't know why I would legally be obligated to provide my name. I just don't get it because I didn't commit a crime. There's no need.
Why would?
Because we'd like to know who we're talking to. You're making this an issue.
I'm not making an issue. If
What
you
happened
just given me his
yesterday?
name and badge number, I want to be in here, and you want to be wasting your time, and you want to be wasting your time.
So all this time we've spent talking with some anonymous member of the public, we don't get to know who you are.
No, you can just think of me as a concerned citizen. That'll make you feel better.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
Thank you
Well,
for your
so
time.
there isn't one of these for you guys though. Like this is like the public records or whatever. There's not one of those through your guys' office. I don't know where your guys' office is.
Look for Maricopa County. Get the public record through there. Public record request.
Yeah, but she
You'd
said
like to
she
know-
doesn't have anything on you
You'd
guys.
like to know which officers work for Protective Services and fill us out.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have a good one. I mean, I don't want to make a stink about it. I just didn't understand why he was parked there. That's all I wanted to know, and he wanted to tell me. I wanted to know who he was, and he wanted to tell me that. So, I mean, if those two things had gotten answered, if he just told me I'm parked here for this reason,
What was given that information anyway?
it would justify to me why he was parked illegally.
It's our property.
It's public property. The street is public, correct?
No, it's our property there. It's
Does
deeded
she-
out. It's deeded out to Maricopa County. If you really must know.
So
That's
that's
why
not
the
a
street
public
is deeded
street.
out to Maricopa County. Yeah,
Really?
Absolutely.
All right, that's
I mean,
that's
you
public
have to,
records.
You have to do more research, man, before
That's
you come
that's
out.
public
you know?
records.